Alright, I'm back again with another cargo van video, and today we're gonna talk about the advantages and disadvantages of driving local and driving OTR. And if y'all know what OTR is, that's over the road, meaning state to state. So we're gonna get right into it. So me personally, like, I drive local, and reason for that is because I don't like being on the road a lot myself. Like, I don't like to be on the road as far as like days at a time. I don't want to be driving for a whole 5 days or like, 2-3 weeks. Like, I don't like driving that much on the road. And this is, it's a cargo van. So like, if you did do that, like, you gotta be able to be prepared for paying for hotels, or you're gonna be sleeping in the van. And this is all the space we got up here. So it's like, if you're gonna sleep in the van, you really ain't gonna have, you know what I mean? Like, there's not really too much space to be comfortable in this van if you are planning on doing that. So me, I drive local, and I don't know the other options for it. Like I mean, I guess if you do drive OTR, it may be, you could probably go to some different, like, I guess, truck stops or different areas where you might be able to chill there. I don't know. But I know for the most part, you probably will be sleeping in your van. But yeah, me personally, I don't want to do that. Like, I would rather drive local. And on top of that, I also, like, I like to be at home and be able to still have family time and have time to, do other things. So I don't want to just submit my whole life to being on the road. And I've been getting like questions on that too, is from other people that say, like, they want to get into this, but they don't want to have to worry about, driving a bunch of miles every day. So let's get into it. So with local jobs, like, I say on average, like, you may drive, like, and this is just depending on the contract. Like I said, most contracts that are local, like, a lot of them are dealing with packages, to where, like, you can have a contract with USPS or UPS or FedEx, and with those type of contracts, you're doing local deliveries to, like, a certain radius within the like the warehouse from where you pick it up from. So it's normally, like, I say in between 50 to 75 miles that you'll be probably driving daily for those type of contracts that are local. So it's not really much. It's just a lot of stopping and going, obviously, because you're going to, different neighborhoods and different, areas or different businesses, and you gotta, keep stopping and going within, however they got your route set up. But a lot of times how the routes are set up, like, a lot of the drop-offs they shouldn't be no more than, like, I'd say, like, maybe 5 to 10 minutes apart from each other. Sometimes less than that, depending on, because you could be in a residential neighborhood, and those deliveries are normally like in between 2 to 3 minutes apart, depending on how many people got, deliveries in that neighborhood. But so yeah, like, so overall, like, I say you probably would drive around somewhere around 50 miles, maybe 50 to 75. So that's probably a good estimate on what to expect to drive every day on your routes. It's just a bunch of stopping and going and getting out the van and, going to dropping off packages at the people's doorstops and stuff like that. So it's not a whole bunch of driving. Like, it's just more like hands-on work. So what I would say is, like, for most people, like, if you do prefer to not drive as much, that'd be a good route for you. Like, just go ahead and get you a contract and, look for, like, those type of deliveries, like, doing deliveries to different people's homes or, businesses. And it's also other local contracts you can go with that they may offer you. They may want you to drive, I say, like, in between 100 to 200 mile radius from your home. And, like, some are round trips, and then some aren't round trips. Some are where, like, you'll be driving 200 miles away from home, and then if they're not paying for dead haul, then 9 times out of 10, like, you're gonna be driving 200 miles back home, and you're not getting paid for that mileage. So, and that's the thing I had to learn with that also. Like, 'cause there's a few contracts that, like, I got into doing it, and then I had to actually talk to the dispatchers and kind of get more info on it, and it wasn't a good option because it was just me driving 200 miles away from my house, and then me having to basically drive 200 miles back after I've dropped off the delivery. And they can't, like, now if they can get you a delivery that's going to be going back also, then you're good. Like if you're going 200 miles out, and then they're also going to get you a delivery to pick up where you drop off, and then bring that pickup drop off back to where you're coming from, you're good, because then you get paid for both ways. But if it's not set up that way, and 9 times out of 10 they can't guarantee that, so a lot of times you'll end up just going out 200 miles and then you're not getting paid for that dead haul. So you're gonna have to pay for the the gas in your vehicle. So that's gonna end up costing you a little bit more money. So, and that's something that's one of the disadvantages of driving, sometimes driving local, depending on what contract you get, to where the mileage, like, you want to make sure that the mileage makes sense, because your expenses need to be balanced to where it's like you're actually profiting more than what you're putting into it. So you can't be spending too much on gas and then you're only making this amount of money. So I say that's one of the things you want to look out for, and for driving local. Now, like I said, if you're driving over the road, which over the road is going to be like, normally over the road jobs, like, at the least from what I've seen, they want you to drive like 5 days on the road at a time. And I don't know the exact mileage that's gonna, like, as far as like what the limit to the mileage will be per day, but just to give an estimate, I would imagine it's probably around 400 to 500 miles. Like, that's just an estimate, and it's probably gonna be somewhere in there per day that you'll be driving. So with that being said, like, that's, like I said, like, that's gonna cause a higher maintenance for you. Like, you're gonna have to, your van's gonna need more frequent oil changes. You're gonna have to get tires changed a lot also. And then, but 9 times out of 10 you won't be paying for your gas, because a lot of times, well, they should, for most OTR contracts, they should give you a fuel card to where they'll pay for the gas. So I mean, the gas will be out of the way, that won't be a problem, but it's just the maintenance on your vehicle. Is your vehicle good enough to maintain that type of a beating that's going to put on there? Because it's going to be a beating, but you're driving the vehicle so much. So that's one of the disadvantages of it. But the advantage is that obviously with you driving that many miles, you can pull in some pretty good money. So it's like, I mean, like I said, if you're driving on the road 5 days at a time, 5 days till like weeks or however long they got you set up, like, with those type of contracts, you're pulling in $3,000 to $4,000 a week doing that, which is good money. It's real good money, like I said. So I mean, it'll cover the maintenance in the long run. It's just, are you willing to drive that much? Are you willing to do that much driving? Like I said, me personally, I do local, so like, I don't want to do that much driving in my van. Like, I just don't. But like I said, I mean, that's just, it's different strokes for different folks. Whoever's into doing that much driving, that's fine. But if you have, like, family life, or you got friends you like to hang out with, or if you got, like, kids and different things that go on in your normal day-to-day life, driving on the road that much is not the best idea. But like I said, there's different strokes for different folks. But like I said, me personally, I do local, and I'm fine with doing my deliveries, like I said, because I do deliveries with Walmart Pharmacy, and I do also like these deliveries for QC Lights on the weekends. And those, like the QC Lights one on the weekend, like, it takes me like I mean, and they're not even set up by the hour. It's basically set up per job. So like, he'll give me, like, let's say 1 or 2 events to go set up the lights, and the lights are like 4 foot tall letter lights, or sometimes numbers too. But I just go there and screw on the feet to the numbers or letters, and then once I go screw those feet on, I just set it up in the location they want it set up, and I just plug it up, and then we're good to go. So I mean, with those are good for me, like, because it takes me 20 minutes to an hour to do those setups, depending on how many letters they rent. So, and that's fine. Like I said, I can do 2 of those in one day, and that'll take no more than like 2 hours out of my time overall. And that's 2 hours with me going and set up, then coming back later on to pick it up. So like I said, that's fine with me. I still get paid a good flat rate for that. But and I also do the deliveries for Walmart, and those can vary from like 6 to 8 hours of my day, but it's Monday through Friday, so I have the time to manage that. But like I said, I mean, it's different strokes for different folks, but those are the advantages and disadvantages of it. But like I said, I mean, with the OTR jobs, like me personally, I just don't like sitting on the road that much. I don't feel comfortable doing it, and I also just don't want to be having to pay for hotels or sleeping in my van. So that's one of the things that, you know, I just can't see myself doing that, and I just don't want to be away from home that much either, because I have 2 dogs. So like, I actually can't be away from home that much because I can't just leave my dogs sitting at home for that long with, you know, with nobody here to take care of them. So that's one of the main things for me. But yeah, like I said, I mean, you guys, y'all let me know like y'all personal experiences if you already are driving, or if you're planning on getting into driving. Like, what do you think would be the best route for you? And yeah, like I said, do your research and then just figure out what's the best way to take, and then just go from there. Because like I said, me personally, I'm just like most of y'all. I don't want to be sitting on the road for a long time either. But like I said, it's all about how your life is set up, and you know how much time you got to dedicate to driving. But yeah, like I said, I mean, you guys just let me know how y'all feel about that. And like I said, if you got any questions, you need any assistance, just leave a comment, or you can go to my Instagram at Cargo Van Leo and just shoot me a DM, ask me some questions. And you can also look on there and see kind of like, you know, the jobs I do and like with my different customers, and you know, my day-to-day life driving a cargo van. But yeah, you guys just give me a holler, and I'm willing to help. I'm here to help, and I want to see everybody succeed that's trying to take on this journey. So you guys have a good one. I'll see you on the next one.